What's up guys, it's Trevor with Embers Living. Today we are reviewing the new Weber griddle versus the new Traeger griddle. Now both of these guys launched griddles at almost the exact same time. Needless to say, people are racing to the griddle market. I have my thoughts on which one's better. Let's go. All right, don't forget, if you guys are in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today. You can check out all of our awesome barbecues. Also, if you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe, like, do all the things. It helps us out a ton when you do that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the disclaimer. This is the 28-inch griddle. The 36-inch, which is bigger, is actually gonna be more comparable to the Traeger. It's $579. The Traeger is a 40-inch griddle, and it's $899. So it's a little over $300 more, and I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a reason. This is a much better griddle. So I'm not gonna necessarily do it, is it better than the Weber, but more from the standpoint, is it worth the $300 better? Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Chris? Yeah. So is it worth the upgrade? So let's start with sort of the fundamentals of both of these griddles. Blackstone, I would say, is the leader in griddle sales in under $1,000. They were sort of first to market type thing. These other guys are flooding or running to the marketplace to try to capture some of those sales. Weber took the approach of, let's mirror the Blackstone from a price standpoint and try to compete at the exact same price. I think that's a bad strategy because it's hard to compete with first to market when they have all of the momentum and energy. When you think of a griddle under $500, what do you think of? Blackstone. You see it everywhere. Traeger, I think, was much smarter. There is really almost nothing. We sell a ton of griddles, mostly for luxury outdoor kitchens. They're gonna be a couple $1,000s. There's almost nothing for a standalone griddle for under $1,000, between the $500 and $1,000 price point. I'm not saying there isn't any out there. So I think they were much smarter to make something a little bit nicer than anything a Blackstone type offers, to sort of differentiate themselves. Now that's just the business side. Now let's get down to the nuts and bolts. So obviously the 36-inch versus a 40-inch is gonna be smaller. So if you need the extra real estate space, the Traeger is nice. The carts are a huge difference between the two. So if you care about a nice sturdy cart, the Traeger is not for you. So one of the real advantages I like with the Traeger is it's actually really beefy. And if you watch my full-length review on this, we'll include links below to it. I was not excited about this product. Again, I'm going on a business principle standpoint here. They're a pellet company. They've never made gas. They've always been against gas products, and they came out with a gas griddle. It almost made it even more impressive of how good a machine this was. Did you love this thing, Chris, when we cooked on it? Yes. It was an awesome, awesome machine and really well designed. One of the things I love is how much real estate you get on the side shelves and that they're retractable. So they don't necessarily have to take up all of the space. And Traeger's new rail system, so all the accessories that go on there, they're universal between the pellet and the griddle. You know, cup holders, paper towel holders, butcher paper, all of that stuff attaches to these things, tool holders, condiment holders. You can sort of accessorize this however you would like. So the cart and the side shelves are obviously superior. You're getting much more real estate, much more beefy, much more sturdy. Now some of you are like, I don't really care about that. All I care about is how it cooks. Well, then maybe this upgrade isn't for you. So, because we're gonna get into how they cook in a minute. So obviously that was really nice. Now they both have lids. The Traeger one is attached and sort of goes up out of the way. I like that better because, again, we're not gonna lose that lid anywhere. Whereas the Traeger one is detached, much more flimsy. You see me hitting the head with this like a WWE match. And then it just clips right here. So the lid is better on the Traeger. They both use cast iron cooktops. And you can see they have a similar sort of grease trap system. So one hole in the front where all your grease is gonna go into. I think the two most important things with every griddle is one, even heat, and grease cleanup. Those are two of the most important things. So both of these did a really, really good job. Now I'll show you underneath the hood on the burners. Weber uses a single burner, high BTU system, very, very powerful. In fact, I thought the Weber actually got up to temp quicker. And then the Traeger uses a U-shaped burner, which they say promotes more even heat distribution. In my testing, I didn't really see either one as a problem with hot spots. They both actually did really, really well when it came to hot spots. They would deviate between 20 to 30 degrees. They both got up just shy of 500 degrees, which is hot as you want a griddle to go anyways. And so yeah, that is kind of the difference in the burners. The igniters, I would say, I actually have to give the igniters to the Weber on this one. So the Traeger does require power to ignite. So you're gonna press this and it's gonna go, which they could have done with a battery. I would have liked the battery system in here. But we can check how full our propane tank is here when this is plugged in. So you do have to turn this, then go over here and hit the ignite button when power is supplied, which to me is kind of annoying. Weber, on the other hand, does have the piezo start igniters. So you hear that? That's just a manual click igniter, doesn't require power, and only requires one hand. Now here's what's super annoying to me. This is my little side rant, doesn't really have to do with this product. I've been begging Weber to put these igniters in their gas grills for forever. They have those igniters in their gas grills. And go figure, they put it in one of their cheaper products they've ever made. They put the nicer burners. I don't get what they're doing there. But the Weber actually has better burners. Not burners, igniters, I should say. So I actually really like the Weber igniters. So if they cook the same, they both are cast iron. Is it really worth the upgrade just because the cart is better? Is there any performance difference between these two? Well, I would say yes. Look at this. I think this is the biggest performance difference. See this huge gap all the way around? When we tested this, wind would definitely make an impact on having even temperature control, without a doubt. This guy, see our cast iron tray sits down in, so this is completely protected from wind. So that is a huge deal from a performance standpoint. This thing will hold even temps in wind. This grill will not. So that's probably the biggest performance difference that I can see between the two. Another nice little feature here, this is nice because cast iron trays are heavy. So see this, the Traeger's got handles to it, which is really nice for lifting this out. This does not, so you just got to grab it underneath and lift it out. So that's quite handy if you ever need to get in there, and you're not gonna be moving it all the time. Should we wrap this up? Okay, so in summary, what upgrades do you get for the $300? You get a much beefier, sturdy cart, much better side shelves with a lot more real estate. We have our rail system to hook our accessories on. Our lid is attached, so it's not gonna disappear anywhere. It has handles for the cast iron. And most importantly, from a performance standpoint, are you paying for a performance upgrade? You are. This thing is inset and gonna be protected from the wind versus the Weber is not. The one thing we gotta give the Weber though, is they do have better igniters, in my opinion. Not a huge deal, but the Weber definitely has a better ignition system. So that's it. Is it worth a $300 upgrade? In my opinion, if you're already spending almost $600, what's a few $100 more? And there's not a lot of grills on the market like this. You're gonna kind of have a one-of-a-kind griddle machine. So that's just my take. They'll both last you for a really, really long time. So in the grand scheme of things, that extra $300 upgrade would definitely be worth it. But this is a luxury barbecue showroom. So we're always going to side on the products that give you better features because we sell luxury products. It's not a big box store. In fact, this Weber will probably never really sell in this showroom. We don't really sell anything under $500, even though it's $600, really under $1,000. That's sort of my take. I personally would choose the Traeger, but if you're on a budget, the Weber did perform really well in our testing. If you want to watch the full-length video of the Weber, we'll include a link. If you want to watch the full-length video of the Traeger, we'll include a link as well. Stay tuned for next time. We'll see you guys.